Today, it's partly sunny and 73. Tonight, a 20% chance of rain with a low at 59. Thursday, that rain chance is up to 60% with a high at 76. Thursday night, more rain, but it's gone by Friday. You've got news on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis. No rain yet, and it's dry with gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour today, and that does provide the right environment for fires to spread easily. Right now, 3 counties are under burn bans, and those are Emmett, Franklin, and Wilkinson. The county's Board of Supervisors has to request that a burn ban be approved by the Mississippi Forestry Commission. It wasn't a wildfire, but a house fire responsible for the death of a woman who was trapped inside that house Monday evening about 6 on Ferncrest Drive in Jackson. That woman has been ID'd by Hinds County Coroner Jeremiah Howard as 78-year-old Antoinette Seacole. Neighbors made an effort to get her out of the house, but couldn't in time. The case is against Harold Stiff of Jackson, accused of breaking into cars in Madison, ramped up this month when he was also accused of beating up a woman. Now bond has been denied for Stiff, with the judge saying he's a danger to the community. He faces 2 aggravated assault charges and 8 burglary charges. A gun on a school bus in DeSoto County, but the kids didn't let their fellow student get away with it and turned him in. So the student was picked up by police on his way to class Monday morning. The superintendent there says the gun wasn't loaded, but the student had a magazine that was loaded. No one was hurt in the incident. Gas goes up a couple of cents to a statewide average of $2.47. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
When Second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
When you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You tuned in to the free range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you L-I-V-E. Let me slow it down for the Democrats in Atlanta like I'm Gavin Newsom. Coming at you L-I-V-E. Hell, they can't even do that. They ain't supposed to be able to read, much less spell live in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios this morning on 103.9 FM WIB, the 50,000 watt blowtorch, and of course streaming worldwide to over 100,000 rabid Clay Edwards Show followers on the Mazda Jackson live stream at Save JXN on YouTube, X, Rumble, and for the first time in about 3 months, I think, back on Facebook Live. Back on Facebook Live. They lifted the ban, and I decided to say, well, you know what? It ain't always up to me. I had to remember something I told the radio station owner when I got over here I say, sometimes you got to take your product to where the people are at. You can't expect them to always come to where you're at. And that was my argument for streaming the show also versus just being on the radio. And I wanted to build my YouTube platform up. I wanted to build my other platforms up. And so I was like, well, we'll just stop streaming on Facebook. And, those people, they'll follow us there. And some did. Some absolutely did. But you got 67,000 followers 71,000 followers on Facebook. What are you doing, Clay? Well, why are you not streaming to one of your largest follower bases? I don't like saying fans, but follower bases. So we're back. With all that said, we're back on Facebook Live until we're not. Until we're not. And we'll see how long we last over back on Facebook. But good morning to everybody out there. You can drop us a chat in the live stream across any of the platforms, except Rumble. The Rumble chats don't push over to the mainstream. So you'll have to be on X, Facebook, or YouTube if you want to drop a live chat. You can text if you don't want to drop live chats. You can text the show on the LS Autoplex text line. That number is 769-241-1944. Say it to you one more time. 769-241-1944. If you want to call in this morning, phone line's wide open today, man. Let's do a little bit of a open forum, I think is what Kim Wade calls it. That phone number is 601-879-0002. Looking forward to hearing from anybody. Detractors, naysayers, haters. Y'all are welcome to call too. Just language. Language is all I ask. That means speak English, mother trucker, and don't curse. Good morning to all the kids out there in the cars this morning on the way to school. Shout out to your parents for letting you listen to the most incendiary show on the RADIO in all of America, not just Mississippi. Speaking of Mississippi, we are the number one morning show in the state of Mississippi. I don't know how, Clay, how do you know that? Sometimes you just know. So you just know. I look at the numbers that the other shows are doing, and I say, well, we got the biggest blowtorch, 50,000 watts from sea to shining sea. Your boy can't go nowhere without people stopping me and telling me they listen to the show. I was on the coast this weekend. A complete stranger comes chasing me down the main street right there in Ocean Springs. He was saying, Chad. I'm like, who is he calling Chad? Who is this Chad? What a cool name. Shout out to Chad Wesley. And he's like, Chad Edwards. I turn around. I was like, you mean Clay? He's like, yeah, Chad. I was like, whatever. Chad, Clay, call me anything you want. Just don't call me Collect. And I got to run some restaurants and bars down there. He's like, man, I listen to the podcast every day. He's like, so we ended up going back and drinking a beer with him at the restaurant he managed. I won't say the name of it, but don't want anybody to go down there. Oh, you listen to that racist Clay Edwards. I don't want to bring any grief on anybody that didn't ask for it. But with that said, shout out to the folks down in the Ocean Springs. Listen, I'll tell you real quick, my other little funny story about that. On the way down to the coast Saturday morning, we stopped at a gas station on 49, somewhere on the other side of Simpson County, somewhere between Simpson County and Hattiesburg there. The one with the crystals in it on the right. Forget the name of that little town there. It'll be right there where you can get on the interstate or the highway and whatever, go to Laurel, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I open the door, and the first other set of eyes I see that wasn't the person riding with me, like, I know you. I just say all that to say it's really cool to know the reach of this show and how many people from all walks of life listen to this thing, whether it's on the radio station, the live stream, the audio-only podcast on Apple, Spotify, Podbean, and all that, the Reels on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, man. Thank y'all for taking time out of your morning to listen to this high school dropout rant and rave about things he knows nothing about. I kid. I know a little bit about everything and a whole lot about Democrat death culture. I am the local expert. I'm a historian, so to say. A local historian. That's what I may change my Facebook title from internationally recognized journalist to local historian No, local Democrat death culture historian. Do you think that'll get them upset? Culture rot expert, Clay Edwards. It all sounds good to me. It all sounds good to me. Hey, look, by the way, on the text line, it says everybody's letting me know it's Collins, Mississippi, by the way. Collins, Mississippi. John asked, did I stop in Bond, Mississippi? I don't know. I don't know if I did or not. We definitely started. Collins is the way everybody telling me that's where the Crystals is at. So on the LS Autoplex text line. Yeah. Good stuff there, man. Fun trip, nonetheless. We just went down for the night, ended up at the Hard Rock. Cool band playing there at Center Bar. What's his name? Paul Thorne was playing in the big room. And Paul Thorne and Tab Benoit. I was like, I like Paul Thorne, but I really only know one song. Then there was a badass 80s rock cover band playing at Center Bar with Derek, who used to be the singer, one of the singers in Lillian and Axe back in the day. So I was like, we'll watch the 80s rock cover band. And I'm glad we did. We had a good time. This little old black lady pulled up the seat beside us. She's like, can I sit here? I'm like, sit wherever you want. And she had two big bags with her. And we're going to get into all the State of the Union stuff and all that, I promise. I got a lot to say. We got 2 hours. So, but just talk about meeting random people, kind of cool experiences. So this little old black lady sits down and she got two big bags with her. And she's giving the bartender back there this cool AC/DC shirt. And she gives us a candle. I love candles, by the way. Like, if y'all ever just want to randomly get Clay Edwards anything for, like, if you're just feeling froggy and you want to get Clay Edwards something, I love candles. White candles that, I like the flavors that come off like white candles, like French vanilla, country vanilla. This was an ice cream vanilla, that Breyer's ice cream. So whatever like their vanilla is, I think country vanilla. It smelled just like a gallon of vanilla or a half gallon or a pint, whatever, of vanilla ice cream. I couldn't wait to get home and burn it. And burn it I did. Over 2 days, that candle is gone. I love candles. I got some female tendencies when it comes to candles, I guess. But I love a good candle. But anyway, so she gives us a candle. And we're sitting there and, we're having some shots and having a good time and whatnot. And I'm like, well, do we owe you anything for this candle? Because, sometimes somebody will give you something and a stranger like that, and then they want some money for it. I didn't mind. I was like, can I buy you a drink? Do I owe you any money for this candle? It's like, no, sir. I just got my tax returns yesterday, $1,800. And I know a lot of the people that work here, and they're too busy to go shopping. So I went shopping for them and bought them some shirts and some socks and some other stuff. She gave me a pair of socks and another candle. And the socks and the second candle didn't make it back with us. I left it on the bar because I didn't feel like keeping up with it. So just thought it was really neat to meet a complete stranger at a bar. Well, that's nothing weird about meeting a complete stranger at a bar, but that she came bearing gifts. So shout out to that little lady, man. She was really cool. She was very proud of her son too, by the way. She told me he worked at the Toyota store down there and he makes $15 an hour. And I guess he gets like a commission or a tip dividend that they split up somehow back there in the detail department. And I was like, well, how old is your son? I was like, $15 an hour. That's not bad money, for a young kid. She's like, he's 31. I was like, that's great. I bet you were so proud of him. And she was. And I was like, you know what? Who the hell am I to judge? You just never know. You never know. But good people, man. It's just always neat to meet folks. And we met this couple from, real quick, kind of on what we do here on the show. This other couple sitting beside us they live in Destin now, but they're from Maine, from Lewiston, Maine. And if you've been keeping up, Lewiston, Maine is just a smaller, but equally as corrupt and effed up politically version of Minneapolis and the Somalian daycare stuff and all that. Same energy, same people, same pirates, all that. Same leering centers. Lewiston, Maine, or the entire state of Maine, honestly, but Lewiston is ground zero. That Maine governor is corrupt AF. Corrupt AF. So when Trump first got back in office, he had a bunch of governors there at the White House, and he called out that Maine governor, this white lady, affluent liberal white lady, just awful, awful human being, ugly. Ugh. almost as ugly or as ugly as a lot of those angry, liberal, white, lesbian, minority, whatever Democrats that were at the State of the Union last night showing their butts. Oh, we're going to highlight that. We're coming down y'all's road. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're coming down y'all's road today. But first, it was really neat to meet somebody. But anyway, so when Trump called that lady out, I was like, well, yeah, she's white liberal, whatever. But why did he pinpoint her? And I was listening to the Sean Ryan podcast, and I'm hot and cold with Sean Ryan. He's a little too ate up with the Epstein derangement syndrome, but, human trafficking stuff, that's like his hill to die on. So I get it, Again, I don't have to agree with you 100% of the time to still like you, right? Like, there's a lot of y'all disagree with me on some stuff, but you still listen, so I appreciate you. I hope you don't hate me because we disagree on a couple things. But I'm hoping that Tim Walz, not just Tim Walz, Gavin Newsom, the lady from Maine, all these governors and these corrupt, criminal Democrat politicians here in the next 2 to 3 years in the remainder of this Trump 47 administration, I'm hoping they go down their road and they end up in prison or deported. We're taking our country back, whether y'all like it or not. When you hear Mother Freedom start ringing those bells, the red, white, and blue coming down on you, we'll put a boot in your ass and deport you because that's the American way. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show, wherever you're watching at this morning, listening at. Rip the knob off. Give me a like button push on the live stream, on the Mazda Jackson live stream. Give me a share if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, X, wherever you might be this morning. Call a friend. Call your preacher. Call whoever, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your side piece. Let them know. Put it on the Clay Edwards Show this morning. Going to be a banger. We'll be right back on 103.9 FM, WWII.
WWII.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits, and get 1 year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps. And more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or any time at hhchiefsales.com. H&H equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 FM WWII inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This segment brought to you by our buddies over there at HH Chief Sales right there in Carthage. Go see Mr. Noah Sullivan. He's the general manager over there. We had him here on the show just last month, telling you all about the great things they do there at H&H Chief Sales. Need a trailer? They sell trailers. They got them all over there at H&H Chief Sales. How about some of the trusted brands that are built to perform, such as rugged, Big Tex trailers, durable CM, and Legend X truck beds. So, if you're an electrician, plumber, handyman, whatever it is, you see these trucks rolling around with the utility beds with all the cabinets and doors and whatnot on them, work beds. That's what they got. That's what they can do for you if you need all of that. Flat beds, utility beds, whatever you want to call it. You need some custom welding done on your farm equipment, on your trailer. You need some racks built on it. You got a landscaping business. Need racks built to lock in your weed eaters, your equipment, your mowers, whatever. You can dream it. They can build it. And here's the great thing. They've been building these things for years. They may be able to help you with what you didn't even know you needed. Like, well, we did it like this for this guy. What kind of mower you got? Oh, man, we got this perfect solution for it because, we've done this 100 times before for other folks. Practice makes perfect. Look, what's great, too, is those guys, the welders there, they're all farmers. Also, so they understand utility and purpose when they're doing this stuff. If you got a crazy idea, they're going to be like, no, man, we did that before. That didn't work. Here's what you need to do for that purpose. Just a thought. Or they'll do it exactly the way you want it done. But, anyway. But you can visit them online at hhchiefsales.com. Just hhchiefsales.com. And look, if you're out there, you're doing some farming, they got reliable ag equipment also by Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. All industry leaders in those categories. Locally owned, locally operated, multi-generational too. I knew I recognized that name. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. He was like, that HH Chief Sales, he goes, I believe that's the old Buck Sullivan folks that were down there on Terry Road for years and years. And I recognized the last name, Noah Sullivan, and I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, you know what? I believe you're right, man. Multi-generational. It's really neat to see that in America, in Mississippi, here locally, is these multi-generational family businesses being handed down from generation to generation. We're losing those all the time because the family member doesn't want, the next generation doesn't want to do it. We saw it with Chriselle's, and we lost a little piece of our history with when Chriselle's closed. So sad stuff there. All right. The Democrats have lost their ever-loving minds. If you want to text into the show, the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. If you want to call, 601-879-0002. Here's the photo of the night if you're watching online. Al, what's his dang last name? The crazy black guy. Is he even black, or is he Hispanic or whatever? He held up a sign that said, "Black people aren't apes," but because Democrats are idiots, says "Black people rent apes." With that, what is the hourly fee on that? What do you think they're charging an hour? Now, it's not Al Sharpton there on the Ellis Autoplex tech. It is Al, and it's Al King. Is that right? I'm having a complete and total brain fart here. Al, is it Al? Am I messing that up? Black people aren't apes sign. I'm typing it into the X account here. Al Green. I knew it was the same. I knew it was the same last name as a singer. He needs to get back to making music. That's what Al Green needs to do. So this nut job is holding the sign up. I know you were listening on the radio. You can't see this, but he held his hand over the A, and it says, "Black people rent apes." What? Why do y'all rent apes? What do you do with an ape rental? Never mind. Is that on Pornhub? Oh, we don't even have that in Mississippi anymore, do we? We can't even check. All right, yeah, thank you to everybody who texted in there. Al Green, everybody knew but Clay. I appreciate everybody on the Ellis Autoplex text line there, but I just thought we would show that photo real quick. That snuck across my TV last night as I was watching the post-show live stream on on YouTube there, one of my streamers I like to follow, and they caught that image, and I was like, pause, rewind, snap photo. We're going to use this because Democrats are idiot. But look, I give the State of the Union a 10 out of 10. It's the best one ever. It's also the longest one ever. I mean, hands down, it was the most presidential State of the Union I've ever watched or listened to. And I listened to a bunch of snippets on the way in this morning on Patriot Radio there on XM, and they were kind of telling the stories behind some of them. Because I was doing show prep and dealing with some stuff last night during the State of the Union. I wasn't doing research in live time to see who some of these people were. And man, the fella that they gave the Medal of Honor to, the 100-year-old pilot, World War II. Here's what's so cool. And we're going to get to all the crazy Democrat stuff, but I want to make sure I highlight this. The 100-year-old World War II pilot, and he flew in other wars as well. And we didn't know this till 2002 when the documents got declassified. He was in what they consider the longest dogfight in U.S. military history. It was him versus 7 other planes. He shot down 4 for sure. 2 others went down, presumably ran out of fuel, or he shot them down, and only 1 made it back. He crash lands back on the carrier. He gets out, and I may have my exact number wrong. Don't hold me to it. I'm remembering this from listening on the radio this morning. And I just want y'all to feel like American badasses. I want to get y'all's red, white, and blue running through your veins this morning. I want y'all to think about the men that paid the price so these liberal nut jobs can act the way they act in the country they hate so much. That gave them the freedom to do this nonsense they're doing here in our country. Our country. His plane had 267 bullet holes in it. And he didn't get shot one time. The hydraulics were gone, crash lands, walks away. Now, him and his brother joined the military together because they wanted to be pilots. He couldn't tell his brother. He couldn't even tell his wife about this dogfight. The military didn't tell anybody about it. It became top secret. Why? Because it wasn't against the people who we were already fighting in the war at that time. It was Russia pilots. And they didn't want anybody to know at this point because they didn't want people to know that Russia had not officially entered the war yet, but were doing shenanigans. And they thought that it may bring Russia to come further into the war sooner. And we didn't really want that smoke at the time, just to be honest, the way I understood it. So this man kept this a secret, that he may be one of the greatest living soldiers, pilots, American badasses in the history of this country. He kept that a secret to 2002 when these documents got unsealed. And we know this to be fact because in Russia, I guess they got unsealed about the same time or whatever happened. And it confirmed exactly what our document said. How cool is that? And why did it take till now to give this man this award, to recognize this living icon, this living legend, this American hero, or as I like to say, American badass? I'm just glad we did. And I'm glad it happened on Trump's watch. And those dastardly Democrats that sat down on their hands for all that should be ashamed of themselves. They have no shame. No shame. What this country needs to start doing, other than just at the State of the Union, once a year, we need to have a real award show. Not a Grammys. We got to stop honoring these nut jobs. I mean, they want to give awards to themselves, whatever. We need to start having a military and civilian hero award show once a year where we give out these awards like this, like they did last night. Not awards, but these commemorative, awards, whatever you want to call it. And we start highlighting these soldiers who have done these extraordinary things, and these everyday citizens who have done these extraordinary things, these first responders who have saved multiple lives. And I think that you start doing that, and I believe you will start getting a whole generation of kids. We got to take a break, but we got to go start getting a whole generation of children, of teenagers, of young Americans who will say to themselves, I want to win that award one day. Look at all the accolades that person's getting. I mean, I know I'm 48. I'm at a different point in my life. But I was coming up 49 this morning thinking about this. And I had chills thinking about it. Instead of children growing up wanting to win a Grammy or, an American Music Award or whatever, an Oscar, instead of all these people getting up there ranting and raving and hating on America, everywhere that has an FCC license should have to carry this event. Your major broadcast networks, your radio stations, everybody. Oh, Clay, that's political propaganda. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be left. It doesn't have to be right. Democrats don't have to be bat crap crazy. I guess they can give it to some transgender woke soldiers at some point when they're in charge. If that's really what they want to do. I guess it would probably ruin it if they did it, but whatever. We just have to understand that we'll take it back. But anyway, just an idea, just floating it out there. We need to start honoring these people at an official yearly ceremony other than just the State of the Union. I think it would really get people fired up. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show. We're going to start playing some videos of these nut jobs from last night and Donald Trump, of course.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. This segment brought to you by our friends over at 042 Wine and Spirits right over there on Highway 80 in Brandon, Mississippi. That's 042, Brandon. I mean, it's in the name. I shouldn't have to tell you. Right next to Sonny's Barbecue, right, Cross Gates, Brandon, if that makes it a little clearer for you. Man, look, swing by, see those guys today. They got a good stock over there. You know, that's when you also wholesale, you keep a deep inventory. Where a lot of places are short on some stuff right now. You know, 042 is going to be your spot. Swing by. Over 400 different wines to choose from, 200 different bourbons and whiskeys, over 50 different ready-to-drink cocktails, vodkas, tequilas, those little smoky mountain moonshine shots. I think a little smoky, whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Man, those things are good. All the different flavors. Cookies and cream, the strawberry, the banana pudding. Oh, Man, I'm telling you, if they just had some versions of that, I would just drink them every day. Every day. They're so good. Anyhow, swing by, check them out today. Locally owned, locally operated, award-winning, tons and tons of inventory in there. You know, there's this thing called paralysis by analysis. And it's like sometimes where it's like too many options prevent you from being able to make a decision. And that's right at the grocery store. Like if you give me 37 different hot sauce flavors to choose from, I'm just going to sit there and aimlessly stare, trying to figure out which one I want. And I don't like that. But when I go to a liquor store, I love paralysis by analysis and tons of options. It's like, oh, what does that taste like? What does that taste like? I wonder if it tastes as good as the label looks. You know, we are living in the golden age of labels and bottles and beer can designs and all of that with all the new imaging and labeling technology and glass etching technologies. And there's just so much cool stuff there in the liquor store. Anytime I get through with a bottle of something different, I really don't like throwing it away because the bottle is so dang cool. Like when you see my YouTube studio at the house, I got all those bottles of liquor up there and wines and stuff. I just don't like throwing them away because they're so dang neat. I mean, they're nothing collectible. They're mass produced. They're just cool. One day I may take them out to the country and use them as target practice. But until then, they look cool on my shelf. Anyway, swing by, check them out today. 042 Wine and Spirits, locally owned, locally operated, but you already know that. I want to talk to, here later in the show, I should have waited and saved that ad read for the segment where we're going to do it. But this liquor sales on Sundays in Mississippi, this liquor stores be able to open on Sundays in Mississippi. This is an interesting topic down there, but we're going to save that for the next hour. And I'd like to get y'all's thoughts on that. All right, let's jump into it. Let's go back to the State of the Union, and let's go over some of the crazy things that the demon rats did last night, as well as some of the great things my president and yours, Donald J. Trump, said during the State of the Union. I'm pulling up my video now. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Beautiful day today. It's going to be warm outside. It's going to warm up. I'm wearing shorts and a hoodie right now, so I can come out of this hoodie when I walk back outside later and it's 70 degrees. Oh, let's see here. All right. Here is Trump telling us that, well, the Democrats are what I just said. Crazy.
Nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you.
We need to clip that out right there and just have it as a sound effect all the time.
Nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you. They're crazy. Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
Yes, we did. Let's take a call here. Well, they hung up. Phone line, 601-879-0002. If you call and I put you on hold, if the phone quits ringing, that means you're on hold. So please don't hang up if you want on the radio. Let's see here. What other videos do we have from last night? I know I got this one here of the nut jobs. Well, let's take this call real quick and then we'll come back to the videos. Hey, you're on there.
Hey, phone was messed up a while ago. No. It's static line. I don't know what happens to do that. How you doing this morning, brother?
Good, brother. How about yourself?
Oh, man, blessed. Can't complain. Hey, you remember back when that senator, I can't remember his name, told Obama that he lied, and how everybody went after him. But then last night when they was going after Trump doing all that, nobody says nothing. They praise him.
I forgot about that. That guy did say that. And people lost their minds. Of course, he was a racist. You're not allowed to say anything to a black without being called a racist. So.
Well, you're disrespecting the president. Look how disrespectful he was.
You got to respect the office.
Any of them not showing up, and then Omar, man, I'd love to have a throat punch, sir.
You got to respect the office. Well, look, I don't disagree with that, but how about y'all first?
Exactly.
Y'all respect it first. Man, look, you can't negotiate with terrorists, bro.
It's horrible. I never thought it'd get like this. Just horrible. All right, bro. I'm gonna jump off here, man.
Good hearing from you, brother. Yeah, I mean, look, you can't negotiate with terrorists. Plain and simple. Let's play this clip here of the two squad nut jobs who both need to be investigated, arrested, and deported for all their shenanigans, but much less this nonsense right here. Sorry, apparently that's the wrong video. I thought that was the. They're supposed to. Rashid Tlaib was chanting KKK while everyone else was chanting USA. Let's look at this again and see if we can verify this. Yeah, she's, you can't hear her obviously, but she's the fat one here. If you're watching on the live stream, is Rashid Tlaib, and she is chanting. She's looking at the towel head next to her, chanting KKK, KKK, and the towel head next to her, that Somalian pirate, that brother lover. Yeah, she commits incest, but we're the bad ones, right? Skank, absolute skanks, deserve to be thrown out of this country on their butts today. And if it was up to Clay Edwards, it'd be way worse than just throwing him out of this country. It would be way worse than throwing him out of this country. What about this here? What about when the Democrats refuse to stand for 5-year-old Delilah, who was nearly killed when an illegal alien driver crashed into her? I mean, let's look at this. And I know if you're listening on radio, you can't see this. You're just going to take my word for it.
And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
I mean, just disgusting. These people, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they rot in hell. Let's take a call. Hey, you're on there.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Edwards? Hey, how you doing, man? As a person that's a child head myself, what you just stated on air is a no-go.
It's a yes go for me.
Everything I can to get you FCC violated. That's the most racist crap I ever heard in my life, dude.
You're welcome. That was a towel head. She's wearing a towel on her head. Don't get mad at me. I just speak the truth around here. Let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back on 103.9 FM, WYAB. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. So let's address that last caller, shall we? So he is upset that I called that traitor a towel head, and he addressed himself as a towel head in the process. You're a towel on your head. You're a towel head. Stop. You must be new here. If that offends you, you may want to change the channel now. It gets way worse. Oh yeah, it gets way worse. We do not care who we offend here. It's kind of what we do. We've had to sit back and be offended and called every name in the book. We've had to be y'all's diversity punching bag for the last 10 years. And you think we're just going to sit back and not say anything? Hell to the no. We in charge now. We back. We're so back. We're done. We've watched y'all drive this country off a cliff. Stolen elections, billions in stolen dollars sent back to Somalia, and God knows where else. You've called us Nazis, racist, homophobes, transphobes, bigots, and every other name in the book. And you think we're supposed to care that you get your little feelings hurt over some words? Don't care. Don't care. And that was an awfully American accent. I didn't hear any foreign in that accent. What prison did you convert in? That's what prison did you convert in? You ain't even from there. Fed up, man. We are fed up. We're not going to take it anymore. We're taking our country back. You sit here and you reap all the benefits of all the blood that's been shed to keep this country free. Meanwhile, you hate this country. You hate the men that built this country. We're done. You're going to respect the Starta. You're going to put some spec on our names. We made America great. We're going to make it great again. You can either come along for the ride, sit down, shut up, and hold on, or you can get the hell out of here. They're paying $1,000 right now for self-deportation. I recommend taking the money. You're going to need it. We'll be right back.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. For almost 2 hours last night, President Trump boasted about his accomplishments during his first year back in office.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it.
He blamed Democrats for soaring costs.
Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well.
The president called out Iran amid his looming threats of U.S. strikes.
They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon.
This morning, Iran called Mr. Trump's remarks big lies. More from correspondent Charlie D'Agata in Washington.
President Trump doubled down on his threats to Iran, saying he wouldn't allow the country he called the world's biggest sponsor of terrorism to have a nuclear weapon. In fact, accusing Iran of developing missiles to reach the United States, a claim we can't verify. What is clear is the U.S. military buildup shows no sign of slowing down.
25 days after she was kidnapped from her home in Tucson, there's still no sign of Nancy Guthrie. Yesterday, her daughter, Today Show's Savannah Guthrie, posted a new video promising as much as $1 million for information that leads to her 84-year-old mother. A private lab is still analyzing DNA. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti.
The sheriff telling me he is hopeful that DNA will lead to a name. Meanwhile, sources telling me the FBI has received hundreds of new tips following that video.
A woman is facing federal charges for allegedly driving an ambulance into a building near Boise, Idaho, that houses Department of Homeland Security offices.
Police say 43-year-old Sarah George stole the ambulance from a hospital in Meridian, Idaho last week, loaded at least 2 gasoline jugs into it that were hidden in bushes nearby, and headed for the building. They say after she plowed into the lobby, she poured gasoline onto the floor, but was apparently scared off before she could ignite it. George was arrested Monday and arraigned yesterday. She pleaded not guilty. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has just announced nominees for its class of 2026. New additions: Shakira, Pink, Melissa Etheridge, and Lauryn Hill are among 10 first-timers. It's Phil Collins' first nomination, too. Oasis, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, Mariah Carey, some of the other names. New members will be announced in April. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday. Scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than.
News this hour is brought to you by the Rusty Healy Agency in Madison. Call Landon Thompson at 601-856-3681 to request a quote or learn more.
How the fire danger has been answered. Today, partly sunny and 73. A slight chance for rain tonight with a low at 59. A 60% chance for rain Thursday with a high at 76. Thursday night, showers are likely again, but that's all out of here by Friday. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Even though nearly the whole state has gone several days with significant fire danger, only 3 counties are actually under burn bans. Those counties are Amite, Franklin, and Wilkinson. One reason for that is that burn bans require a process that involves the Board of Supervisors requesting it, and then it's in effect sometimes for a lot longer than the fire danger. The woman who died in a fire in a house on Ferncrest Drive Monday evening has been ID'd as 78-year-old Antoinette Seacole, says Hinds County Coroner Jeremiah Howard. The woman was trapped inside the house, and neighbors tried to save her but couldn't. Some students who knew about one of the kids on their school bus having a gun on him let the administrators know, and they were able to get the law involved and get the student before he got to class in DeSoto County. That happened Monday, says DeSoto County School Superintendent Corey Uselton. In the Jackson bribery case set for trial this summer, Hinds County DA Jody Owens filed for the 8 charges against him to be dismissed. WLBT reports that Monday, the state put 25 new pieces of evidence into the record. You won't know what those are until the trial because that is under seal. Owens, former Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba, and former Councilman Aaron Banks are the ones accused in the case. Gas is going up in some places, but only slightly in Mississippi. It's $2.47 on average, says Gas Buddy. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met him, but why not?
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
Boom, shakalaka boom. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. If you were listening in the last few minutes of the last hour, you understand why I call it the most incendiary show on the radio. We are not afraid to take those gloves off and say what's meant to be said. Say what needs to be said. Look, I was just fine minding my own business 5 years ago. I guess it'd be about 6 years ago now. I was just fine selling cars, working at the biggest buy here, pay here car lot in the state of Mississippi. Over there at Watkins Auto Sales when it was still open. I was minding my own business. And I started taking pictures of abandoned property. And that made people mad. Oh, it made people so mad. Clay, why are you showing everybody the abandoned property? Why are you doing that? Why are you talking bad about Jackson? I wasn't even talking bad about Jackson then. I was just like doing a urban exploration, abandonment porn, as they call it. Why are you a racist? But I didn't know that posting pictures of empty buildings made me a racist. Man, y'all keep moving the goalpost here. Will you just tell me what's not racist? And I'll make sure I don't do that. Or I'll make sure I just do that, should I say. And then, you know, something happened. March of 2020 happened. And the greatest, biggest, largest brainwashing experiment in the history of this universe took place with COVID. The plandemic, scandemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, demic. And then George Floyd happened. And it was at that point where I decided to turn the camera around for the first time. And I started talking about the things I was seeing out there going on in the world. And they weren't lining up with what I was seeing in my day-to-day life, what the media was telling us, what social media was telling us, all of that. That's just not what I was seeing in my day-to-day life. I wasn't seeing people falling out dead in the streets from COVID. I wasn't seeing any of that. It was years into COVID before a single person that I actually knew died. A single person. I remember making a Facebook post one day. I said, you know, every post that I see about somebody dying is always somebody's brother's, cousin's, sister's, nephew's, niece, 2 times removed, neighbor's uncle. It's never a direct family member. And I said, no, I'm not saying people aren't dying. I'm not calling it a hoax or nothing. I'm just pointing out that, I know a lot of people. At this point, you can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook before they would allow you to start having followers on your personal page. And I had 5,000 friends for years and years and years, maxed out there. And I was like, I got 5,000 people on here. And I've yet to directly see anybody I know die, or them say that my mama died, my daddy died, my brother, anything, any direct family member. It was always like a next to a second, third cousin type situation, or somebody I knew from high school or whatever. So it took a long time. My point being, no grand conspiracy there. I'm just telling you. So point being that it was well into 21 or 22 before anybody that I knew directly died from COVID. Frankly, I don't even remember personally who it was. I still don't know that I really directly knew anybody that died from COVID, but I do know that some friends, family members and stuff died. So we'll just, we know COVID, it wasn't a hoax. People really got sick and died. But my point being, the whole thing was blown out of proportion. And then the George Floyd stuff happened. I don't want to get into the whole story. I just want to say this. I got called into doing this. The Lord told me, Clay, start doing a podcast, start doing radio. Do it without fear. And I got your back. All of my soldiers aren't going to be perfect. There's a purpose for what you're doing. You're going to wake people up, Clay. You're going to talk to people. You're going to be a credible messenger. You're going to talk to people in a way they understand that's going to wake them up to what's going on here. All this racial divisiveness, all this black for a living, Democrat death culture that's going on in Jackson that the media is covering for these folks for. The Chokwe Lumumbas of the world. He goes, call it all out. And I'm going to put a shield around you and I'm going to protect you. But it's got to be called out. And I trusted the Lord. Knock on wood. Well, I take it really personal when somebody texts in or calls and says, I'm not a Christian. I'm only here, only doing this because I'm a Christian and because I was called to do this. There's a lot of imperfect men in that Bible that y'all would say are sinners or Christians or aren't Christians. You'd call them racist, Stephen. You would call them homophobic. You'd call them anti-trans, transphobic, bigots. You'd call them nationalist. A lot of nationalists in that Bible. So the Lord will call you to do things that others might not quite recognize as being traditional. And sometimes you just got to call stuff out. And that's what we're going to do around here. That's what we've always done around here. We ain't about to stop. And when I get calls like that, it just turns my jets up and reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't do this for poops and giggles. I was making damn good money selling cars, being home by 6, 7 o'clock every night. Y'all did this. I'm a product of y'all's bad behavior. I'm a product of my environment. My lived experiences brought me here. So if I call you, I'll call you anything I want to call you. I'll call Rashid Tlaib, Iman Omar, towel heads, idiots, racists. I'll call them whatever I want. Pirates of the Somalians. I don't care. We've done it y'all's way long enough. It's time to do it our way. Y'all can't, I said this yesterday, y'all can't give me one shining example on a hill anywhere that doing it y'all's way was the right way. Nowhere. Not a single country, not a single state, not a single town, not a single county, not a single school district. Nowhere. Has the Democrat death culture way proven to be the right way? We're fed up, man. Ride or die around here. And I chose to ride. Let's check out some text on the Ellis Autoplex text line. In segment 2, in the next segment, we'll get to some more videos and some other topics I want to hit this morning. If y'all want to call in, 601-879-0002. Actually, we got somebody on hold here. Hey, you're on there.
Good morning, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I agree with everything you just said, but I take strong offense at something you said in the last hour. You called the demon craps demon rats. And look, you can get attached to a rat. A rat makes a good pet. It doesn't kill its own, and there's some things that a rat won't do. And those godless Democrats, and I don't believe you can be a Christian and be a Democrat and support every perversion known to man, including putting a boy in the locker room with my granddaughter.
You can't circle that square.
Pedophilia, you know, mutilating little kids. And these good liberal progressives do not realize that the ragheads are trying to take over. Now you are going, when they do, you gone. They're going to line you up and put you against the wall and shoot you because you're vocal. They're going to line me up and shoot me because I'm vocal and old. The rest of these clowns are going to a re-education camp. And the Democrats are opening the door for them. And I cannot understand it. And all these good progressives need to realize all these killings are being done by good Democrats right now. And in my day, it was the Ku Klux Klan, Democrats, church burnings, Democrats, lynchings, Democrats. I grew up watching it. And they've just changed their stripe. And they still got the blacks on the plantation. All they got to do is stop the welfare checks.
Well, you saw it with Gavin Newsom in Atlanta over the weekend, telling them to their faces that he's dumb just like them and can't read. And they didn't storm the stage. They clapped. They gave him a standing ovation for calling them stupid to their faces.
Yes. And look, they are stupid. Democrat. Now, look, I had a lady this morning that I ran into at a grocery store checking me out. Always thought she had some brains. And I asked her if she watched the speech. Well, I didn't want to watch that old man ramble around and not make sense. And I looked at her and I said, it wasn't Mr. Biden. And she got mad at me. And those yelling at the president, them two ragheads, yelling at the president last night, it's the office you should respect. They should have been grabbed by their feet and drugged out. and let me tell you, you know how
I fully expected them to get escorted out. I was shocked they threw Al Green out for holding a sign, and they let those two idiots sit there hoot and holler. And I got that video queued up to play as soon as we get done with this conversation.
You know, it just you know how, and this is me talking, not Clay. You know how you can tell when a raghead reaches maturity?
No.
They take their diaper off and put it on their head.
I like it.
That's it.
All right, buddy.
And let me tell you something. I enjoy your show, but remember, it is demon-infested craps. Don't insult rats.
Got it, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right. Never forget it's all right to laugh at inappropriate jokes. Never forget that. I'll never apologize for laughing at something that others are offended by, because we've been the butt of a bunch of jokes the last few years. I didn't get any apologies from anybody for anti-Christian jokes, for anti-white jokes, for anti-American jokes, for Trump jokes. Nobody apologized to me for any of that. So don't expect an apology from me. No sirree. No ma'am. No ma'am. Hey, speaking of no ma'am, it's ma'am. Speaking of that, did y'all see when the cameraman on Fox, I think it was, that's the stream I was watching, the cameraman, when Trump was talking about the young girl that they tried to transition to a boy without the parents' permission, and it ended up making them, crazy and stuff. When they were talking about that, the cameraman focused on that transgender nut job. that's I don't know, in the House, the Senate. I don't even know its name, but it's a guy pretending to be a woman. And it just had this look on its face. I wish I could have got a picture. I may have the video, but I want to play this real quick. We got to take a commercial break here this morning. Don't forget the Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. The phone line this morning, if you want to call in, 601-879-0002. This is the squad nut jobs hooting and hollering at the president. This is the one that I called a towel head. You know, when you act like this, you subject yourself to whatever name you may get called.
Officials who block the removal of criminal aliens, in many cases drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
And what's great is all these little Democrat nut jobs, so many of them wore these little patches or pennants or whatever that says, release the files, and they got Epstein blocked off, redacted. Where was all of that energy the last 4 years during the Biden regime? Where was the release the files energy from the Democrats? What we've unleashed is the Kraken, and we're not putting it back up. We'll be right back. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit, and get 1 year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
At
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. Guys, get out there and text Clay today to 601-800-5130 and get your free testosterone screening scheduled at Men's Health in Mississippi. Man, they do so much more than just testosterone. Do you need to lose some weight? Need a little kickstart to get that rolling? How about one of the GLP-1s, the compounded semaglutide? Yeah, you can get it online, but you don't know what you're getting online. So much of that online stuff is proven to be fake. It's overpriced. You're not taking it under the supervision of a doctor to monitor any side effects, to hold you accountable. You know, when you go in to get those refills and they weigh you in, there's a lot to be said for wanting to look like you're working the program right. You know what I'm saying? Accountability. That's a big, big part of that. So a lot of perks to going and doing it in person and doing it under the physician of a doctor and the staff at a clinic like Men's Health and Women's Wellness in Mississippi. And of course, they can be your general physician. It's a membership plan. You can go to the doctor as often as you want for one low monthly fee. That's what I take advantage of. That includes my testosterone, my GLP-1s, any other medications I take. If I ever get sick, anything. I went and did a full healthy heart blood test thing last month. Just got everything. I mean, a deep panel check on everything. And your boy came back good. Sorry, haters. Natural causes ain't getting me anytime soon. I might catch some lead poisoning, but it ain't gonna be natural causes. I'm knock on wood. I'm here for the duration, however long that is. Y'all take advantage of it today. It starts with a simple text, Clay, C-L-A-Y, to 601-800-5130. All right, let's jump back in it. Let's see where we're at. Now, let's read a few of y'all's texts and stuff. That's what I wanted to do. And we took that call a minute ago from Buddy. So and we'll read some of your chats there on the live stream as well. Let me pull up my text machine here. Earlier in the show, somebody had texted and said, that is one of the best ideas I've ever heard. That was my award show idea for our American heroes. That's just what you call it, American heroes. And the president or whomever gives out these Medal of Freedom awards, these Medal of Honor awards, and we recognize military, first responders, and everyday citizens that do amazing things. And I think you encourage everybody to want to be a better person, whether it's by joining the military, becoming a first responder, or just being an everyday hero. And you force everybody with an FCC license to air it. Well, I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be a partisan thing. It can be bipartisan. Democrats can be heroes too. I don't know how, but anyway, another text we got says, it is pathetic how low patriotism is among Americans in general. I remember when the Dixie Chicks, they're just the chicks now, they were ashamed of the word Dixie post George Floyd. So stupid. I remember when the Dixie Chicks talked bad about Bush not long after 9/11. Americans turned on them quicker than they could blink. Canceled, as we would call it today. Yeah, Sean and I have talked about that a good bit, actually. Kind of how conservatives started cancel culture in the modern era with the Dixie Chicks. And for better or worse, we did. And I'm not a fan of that. I mean, at the time I was, screw the Dixie Chicks. How dare you talk about Bush? Well, in hindsight, they might not have been 100% incorrect about Bush, but I think there's a time and a place for criticism. And when America's under attack, literally, probably ain't the place for it. Now, of course, they would be applauded today. That's all. They would get shoved to the top of the charts today if they did that. But they got kicked off country radio at the time, and they were one of the biggest groups in the world. I mean, they were massive. It's hard to remember how big the Dixie Chicks were in the early 2000s, late 90s, and then on into the early 2000s. And I don't know that they were always liberal nut jobs. I mean, I guess so. If you were hating on Bush in the 90s, you were definitely a liberal because anybody that was remotely a patriot or conservative at that time was not doing that. But they definitely, I think that being canceled and ostracized and pushed to the outside, I think that definitely pushed them into complete cat lady area. Let's take a call here. Hey, you're on there.
Hi, good morning, Clay. It's Scott. How you doing, man? You got your blood boiling a little bit now?
Oh, man, it's always boiling, man. It doesn't take much to spill over.
You just got, that caller just gave you something a little bit to focus on. I'm going to piggyback on it, try to make my focus a little more this morning. And, look, about its nature, probably every racist remark is probably derogatory. But not every derogatory remark is inherently racist. I mean, people just have to cool their jets, check themselves, and take things in context. I mean, it's a descriptive. If you're the only white guy in a room and some people say, hey, white guy, you're going to turn around and be like, okay, I ain't mad about this. I think somebody's talking to me.
And they usually say, white boy. They say, hey, white boy. And nobody gets offended.
Who's that white boy over there? You talking to me? What's up?
If it was the other way around and there was the only black guy in the room, you say, hey, black boy. Oh, completely different connotation. Go ahead.
Yeah, or just black dude. But I mean, it's a descriptive. I mean, yep. I don't. It's just look. Life's too short to get offended by stuff like that. And as for you're not a Christian, oh my goodness. I mean, that's someone who they're not, so their opinion on it doesn't count. Okay? That's like somebody from New York City criticizing me for not being really Southern enough or something. Because I got Michael Jackson on my playlist and my phone. I mean, what, huh?
Hey, full stop. Full stop.
You don't get to.
Full stop. Michael Jackson. I'm so glad you said that. I just want to say this real quick because it's been on my heart a lot here lately. I think it's really, really time we take I'm completely derailing your call here. We really need to go back with all of what we understand now about like Epstein and real accusations and fake accusations and all this other stuff. I think it's time to take a whole nother look at this Michael Jackson thing and really try to see what went on there. Go ahead. I've just been thinking about that a lot lately. Did we get it wrong about Michael Jackson, or did we not? Or were we not tough enough on Michael Jackson? I'd like to take a whole nother look at that.
Yeah, you're right. That'd be interesting. That'd be kind of one of those Tucker Carlson deep dive type things. My understanding is that it's very possible that his special attention he paid to children might have been to save them from the real abusers in our society.
True. And the fact that he was just a perpetual child and just communicated better with children. I don't know that there was anything sexual ever. I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm just saying, I don't know that there was, and, just a lot of weird stuff out there. I'm not hearing cucking from MJ this morning. I've been hearing little things and coming across little things here and there that have piqued my curiosity, we'll say.
And look, that's what makes you good at what you do. And that's one of the differences between, true conservatives and these leftist ideologues is that we're willing to look at things that we thought were settled and go, wait a minute, was it settled, or do we need to look back with a fresh set of eyes?
Or do we just believe the media?
Ask ourselves a few questions. Yeah, we're open. But let me finish my point about your Christianity, okay? Any Christian knows if they're truly a Christian and they're trying to get closer to God, they study His Word, and if you look at His Word, Moses was a murderer, okay? By law and practically speaking, Moses was a murderer, but God used him. He used him because, despite his bad past, it drew him closer to God. David was a murderer and an adulterer. A king. As a king, he was that. But God used him. All right. There are a lot of imperfect people that were used. Okay. Because if God waits for a perfect person to put him to use, nothing will ever get done. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Now, there was a perfect person, and guess how everybody reacted to him? They crucified him for being perfect. So you're not going to win against demonic forces. So that's why we're going to ignore when these people go, oh, you're not a Christian. That's not up to you. You know who gets to say that? God. He gets to tell me when I face him, you know, I know you, or depart from me. You know, I don't know you. That's who gets to say that. You don't get to say it. And nobody else gets to say it. You know, that's it. And if they just off of one remark go, you're not a Christian, you know, now they could say, look, you're far from Christ's example. Maybe you need to check yourself. Hey, that's what we do to each other. Good Christians will say that, won't they, Clay?
Hey, I've been doing it to myself here lately. I mean, it's why I scraped all my social media. I said, you know what? It's outlived its usefulness. A lot of these videos, I don't know that I feel that way about some of this stuff anymore. And hit the reset button. You know, every now and then you can change. Like, you can change your mind on stuff. I reserve the right to change my mind or my thoughts about something 5 years later.
Can you, I'm going to hang up and expand on that, because my son actually called me like 2 nights ago. What's going on with Clay? Because he knows that we know each other, but we don't know each other. You know, we ain't hanging out every night. We know each other, you know, but he knows. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He scrubbed he's cleared everything. Is he in trouble or something? I said, no, he's been in trouble all his life and he's still going. I don't think that's it.
No. Yeah, I will. On the other side of the break, I'll clear that up.
All right, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yep. Love you. Bye.
Yep, you too. All right, let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back. And I will explain why I scraped all my social media beyond just the surface level answer to the question. Don't go anywhere. This is The Clay Edwards Show.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's is a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on WYAB. I'm sorry, here on 103.9 WYAB. I got to get that right. Well, we've tweaked the way we are supposed to say that, and I keep doing it the hard way, the inappropriate way. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show this morning. Hey, real quick, this segment brought to you by our friends over at Shelter Insurance Agency with our friend Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance Agent Extraordinaire, with an office right here in Flora at the Cotton Exchange Plaza and right there on 51 in Ridgeland by Fleet Feet. Get in touch with Jamie today and let him or one of his agents just let him run a check for you, do a rate check, and make sure that you're getting the best deal possible. You know, it ain't always it's about saving money. It's about making sure you got the right coverage. Oh, yeah, that's a big part of it. You don't want to just save money and not have the insurance coverage you need. That ain't doing anybody any good when you need it, right? So let them make sure that your coverage and your budget are lining up good, that you're getting the most bang for your buck, so to say. Like I say, he's helped save so many of my friends money and get them great coverage. My buddy Marty, saving him almost $50,000 a year on his business insurance. Another buddy of mine, saving him $700 a month on his insurance for his personal stuff at the house. A guy down on the coast that owns a business, owns a trucking company. He told us about it last time he was here in the studio with us, saving him $30,000 a year on his trucking, on his trucking company insurance. Guys, that's life-changing money. That's the kind of money you need to be spending with the Clay Edwards Show, helping bring in new business, not just insuring your business. You have to give a big old cut to the government. You might as well use a tax write-off and do some advertising with your boy and your insurance. Hit up Jamie Creel. You can just Google it. Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance. Let him see what he can do for you. Home, life, auto, business, health. They got it all. Shelter Insurance, Jamie Creel. All right, let me mark down there real quick. Make sure I keep up with that. All right. So if you follow me online, you notice that I scraped pretty much every short form video that I've ever done off the internet, off Instagram, off TikTok, and off Facebook. And it was plain and simple. I had a conversation with somebody that I trust a lot that gives me good advice. And he said, Clay, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, all those people that you've given those FAFO championships to, all the people that you made those videos about that were on the news and whatnot, they deserved all that. He said, but do those videos deserve to live forever and haunt those people forever? And some of them they do. Let's just be honest. If you robbing, stealing, killing, poisoning our community with drugs, you deserve to, you deserve to have that video up there forever. You do. But there's a lot of other stuff that I don't know that qualified as being as noteworthy or as shame-worthy. But when you get to feeding the beast, you start making money on these videos. You start making good money on these videos, and you start having to feed the algorithm. And then you're just whatever story you can find on the news that you can make a funny video out of. Well, it's funny to me, shameful to them, but it ain't me on the news. And you start doing it, and you just kind of start feeding the negative algorithm, the rage bait algorithm, and saying, look, I'll never apologize for shaming murderers, drug dealers, killers, and the people that destroyed our great capital city. I'll never apologize for it. But what I did was I said, you know what? You're right. If they pay their debt to society, it's just time for the videos to come down. But instead of trying to go through every video and nitpick this one here, this one there, I just said, you know what? Clean scrape across the board. And I deleted all of them. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to make more. I probably will, but I've decided to kind of shelve the FAFO stuff, the videos for now. Just, I also understand when law diminishing returns too, right? I don't want to just be the FAFO guy. So that's really, it's just that simple. And who is that guy that I trust? I've had a couple of people ask me, Clay, who is it that told you that? It's me. I'm the guy that I trust. It's God. I prayed about it. It had been on my heart. I know a lot of y'all think I'm just a soulless, crude, rude, mean individual. And I don't have, I don't have any sympathy or empathy, mainly because I tell y'all that. So I understand you not thinking it. But there's times where stuff weighs on me and I question, am I doing the right thing? And I want to take this platform as high as I can get it. No glass ceiling, no ceiling. I want to go as high as we can go. And, I don't know that those videos, they've done us good. They got us a lot of followers, a lot of new fans. But I can look at the numbers and say, hey, this is slowing down some. Law of diminishing returns. Let's pivot. I don't know what we pivoted to, but sometimes you just got to start over and trust God. And that's what I chose to do. I said, we're going to start over. Now, the radio show is what it is. We're on here 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, 3 hours on Mondays. We talk about stuff that's going on in the news. And I can only talk about that the way that I know how to talk about it. And that's being real, authentic, uncensored, and incendiary. That's just me. If I was doing anything else than what we just spent the last hour and a half doing, I'd be fake. And I ain't never going to be fake. I'll go back to doing whatever else I got to do to make a living before I ever get on here and be fake. Period. So you ain't got to worry. If you like this radio show, it is what it is. I'm just talking about those videos, nitpicking and talking about everything going on. So, but I'm just trusting God that he'll guide me down a direction and we'll stumble into something that gets millions and millions of views like those did. But in the meantime, I'm good. So that's all it was. I'd had to change of heart on it. God talked to me, and just like he talked to me and told me to start doing this, he talked to me and said, it's time to delete those videos. It's just that simple. Sometimes, and I just don't question it. Oh, maybe I do a little bit. Maybe I do question it a little bit, but I do it. And I trust him. And, it's just that simple. Hey, real quick, big concert announcement yesterday, if y'all missed it. Pearl Day 2026, April 25th, right there in Trustmark Park on the back parking lot where it's been the last couple of years. Mayor Jake Wyndham, his team, man, they did it big this year. Did it big. Shout out to Dusty Allman too. They did it big. They've got Daltrey with special guest Hinder coming. And you know what the best part about it is? It's free. Free of charge. We brought Bret Michaels last year. I was a big part in kind of nudging them to do something other than country and getting Bret Michaels. I was chirping at him for a solid 2 years, 3 years about it. And he finally folded, and him and the board of aldermen there pulled the trigger, got Bret Michaels a warrant I think it was one of their biggest turnouts, if not their biggest turnout ever. And they said, hey, would you look at there? People like rock music. So for the second year in a row, bringing back some rock music to Pearl Day. And this is actually a little newer. You got Hinder, Lips of an Angel. And they got a new hit on the radio too. I don't know the name of it, but they're charting. They're doing well. First time they've got a charting single with their new singer. Then you got Daltrey, runner-up on American Idol. I think the winner of that season was Carrie Underwood, I'm pretty sure. So I think Daltrey's the most successful non-winner in that show's history that I know of. So going to be a great show. Daltrey was here recently, opened for Creed. Unfortunately, somebody had a seizure in the front row. I was there in the front row area, the pit area when it happened, and he didn't get to do his encore because of the medical emergency. So we had the Daltrey performance cut a little short. So pretty excited about that. Mark your calendars now. Bring your lawn chairs. Bring your appetite. Come ready. Going to be cold beer, good food, loud music, and it's all free of charge. Courtesy of the City of Pearl. Good stuff there, man. Really excited about it. Saturday, April 24th, Pearl Day, Daltrey, Hinder, and the Clay Edwards Show. Going to be a good time. I had a booth set up last year selling T-shirts, broadcasting live. We might do that again this year. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let's see here, man. What was it? I told you there was another topic I wanted to hit before we got out of here. The liquor store sales on Sundays. Kingfish, JacksonJambalaya.com. Got a story up. We got about 2 minutes to cover this. Said, will Mississippi be able to buy wine and liquor on Sundays? The sale of spirits on Sundays has been prohibited since the state legalized the sale of booze in 1966. The Mississippi House of Representatives passed a bill last week that will indeed allow such sales. Now, it's got to get over to the House. It's HB 672. If you want this passed, I recommend calling your senators and letting them know, hey, I want liquor sales on Sundays, or I don't want liquor sales on Sundays, whichever. I'm indifferent on it. I'm going to be honest with you. I know some liquor stores are saying they don't really want it. They're not going to. Some liquor stores have said they don't think they're going to sell more liquor. They just think it'll just kind of spread it out. Or they think it will hurt their Friday and Saturday sales where people kind of stock up for the weekend. And so they're going to have to pay staff and all that good stuff. And some places will do well with it. But I mean, here's my thing. Do it. Do it. And places that don't want to open, they don't have to open. Places that want to open, can open. There's been plenty of times that I wanted a bottle of something on a Sunday during football season and we didn't have it. Probably for the best. But I'm always for eliminating any of these blue laws and let the market determine what the market wants. You don't want liquor on Sunday? Guess what? You don't have to go get liquor on a Sunday. You can go buy it at any restaurant in Mississippi on a Sunday. Any bar in Mississippi on a Sunday. It never made sense to me that liquor stores weren't open on Sundays. You know, it doesn't make sense to me that liquor stores got to close at a certain time, but bars don't. I'm not saying they should either. I'm just saying it just never made sense to me, but whatever. I mean, I know the liquor stores out in Brandon don't mind closing at 8 instead of having to be in that rat race and staying open later. What do you guys think? Should they stay open on Sundays? Should they close on Sundays? I guess if I had to vote on it, if I was a state rep or if I was on the Senate side, I would vote for it to be able to sell because I'm about freedom and less government restrictions, a la being a conservative. Conservative does not always mean Bible thumping, and all that stuff and restrictions. I say that's what somehow conservatism is turned into. It's turned into restrictions and too much government and red tape. It's supposed to be the complete opposite. It's supposed to be less government, less red tape. So I guess if I had to vote on it today, I would vote to let them do it. And again, you don't want to open? Don't open. I won't be mad at you at all. I have a little respect for you for standing on your morals, standing on your feet, standing on business, as the kids say today. Let's take our last break, come back, land the plane. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all today. Sorry I didn't get to read y'all's comments there, but they'll be there for everybody to read. We're back on Facebook Live today. We might be right back off of it after the whole towel head thing, but we'll see. Fun show. It's always good to get the blood boiling. That's what makes talk radio its best, is when somebody's mad. And People love the friction. I've tried to avoid the friction. I really have. I've tried to avoid the crazy calls, but maybe we'll start opening the phone lines back up and let people be crazy again. Y'all seem to like it. It seems to get my blood boiling, which tends to make for a better show. We'll clip that up later. It'll probably do 1 million views. Maybe that's why God wanted me to delete those other videos so I can post ones like this. Y'all be blessed, man. I will see y'all tomorrow back here, same time, same place, going live, 7:07 a.m. to 9 a.m. It'll be a Thirsty Thursday here on the Clay Edwards Show. Streaming worldwide here on the Mazda Jackson live stream. Y'all be sure to hit that like button before we sign off of here. Wherever you're watching at, Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble. Hit the repost button too. Love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all tomorrow.